Germany, a nation forged through the highs of the Roman Empire and the lows of the Nazi nightmare, now stands at a crossroads. Is it the sick old man of Europe, or can it rewrite its narrative? Why does a historically resilient nation grapple with this ominous title? And how is its present challenges resonating across the European continent? For decades, Germany has been Europe's economic support. With its unshakable industrial base, out-of-this-world innovation, and commitment to glory, it stood as a driving force for the continent's financial future. However, Germany's economic struggles continue to grow behind the Bundesliga's cheers and the hustle and bustle. What's more alarming is that these struggles can move past Germany's borders and impact the entire continent. Germany has been notorious for many reasons. Its history has been a story of many regions, languages, and cultures. In short, it was always a tough endeavor for them. It all started from the Holy Roman Empire in the mid-19th century toward the German Empire. It was a nation with a strong beginning, but hardships slowly began to corrupt it, and soon it was in the middle of two world wars. After World War I, Germany was shattered politically and economically, leading to the foundation of the Weimar Republic. During their tenure, Germany found some success, largely due to innovative measures taken by the Weimar Republic. But things usually go differently than planned. And just like that, Germany was hit with the Nazi nightmare of Adolf Hitler. It was followed by World War II and the Holocaust, which left them in tatters. Yes, the Nazi regime ended in 1945, but it seemed like a never-ending struggle for the German government. The Berlin Wall didn't help either. In the 1980s, Germany and the entirety of Europe needed a change, which came on November 9, 1989, after the fall of the Berlin Wall. A year later, East and West Germany were unified, marking the end of the Cold War era. Helmut Kohl, the Chancellor of West Germany, played a crucial role in overseeing this reunification process. Germany's post-reunification journey was marked by economic revitalization and growth. The country's social market economy model, which blends a capitalist market with a strong social safety net, became a hallmark of its economic success. German engineering, manufacturing, and exports made it an economic powerhouse in Europe and worldwide. The founding of the European Union in the 1990s brought Germany back into the driving seat of the continent's economic journey. Its influence grew, making it the EU's linchpin for economic and political decisions. Even today, that influence continues to be a hallmark of Germany's prior economic success. The adoption of the euro also improved their standings. This makes us question in the first place, why is Germany called the sick old man of Europe? Well, it all started when the reality of the reunification kicked in. This happened in the form of a stagnant job market and a weakened export demand, which raised questions about the country's economic stability. In medical science, there's a term that's often associated with terminally ill or unresponsive patients, called the ES, or terminal lucidity. It's a sudden surge of energy shown by the dying patient before they meet their ultimate demise, or end up in the same unresponsive state. Similarly, after the challenges of reunification in the early 2000s, some ambitious reforms in the early 2000s ushered in a period of unprecedented prosperity. During this time, Germany became the envy of its peers and a global benchmark for economic success. From the mid-2000s to the end of the 2010s, Germany's economy outshone its European peers, growing by 24%, while Britain and France lagged at 22% and 18% respectively. Angela Merkel's leadership, marked by stability and pragmatism, was widely praised. Germany's social model, characterized by strong relations between unions and employers, and its cooperative federalism, which spread growth across the country, garnered global admiration. But alas, as the saying goes, this too shall pass. And just like that, Germany's economic terminal lucidity was exposed globally. Germany has always been a favorite in all walks of life, be it technology, sports, or even tourism for that matter. But things hardly went according to plan, and their economic struggle began again. In 2018, Germany's political landscape witnessed significant change, with the governing Grand Coalition of Chancellor Angela Merkel's Christian Democratic Union, or CDU, its Bavarian counterpart, the Christian Social Union, or CSU, and the Social Democratic Party, SPD, facing strain. Tensions between the parties grew, with the victim being the nation itself. The political turmoil didn't end there. Adding to the situation's complexity is the rise of the far-right populist party, Alternative for Deutschland, which polls at 20% nationally and may secure victories in state elections. This political shift deters radical changes as parties are wary of playing into the hands of the far right. Michael Brown, portfolio manager at Martin Curie Investment Management, told CNBC in an interview on November 30, 2019, that the centre of political disruption in the EU may well be moving from the UK to Germany. Mrs. Merkel, who has been this amazing politician for the last decade, and one of the very few who's been in power for the whole period of time, she's on her way out, and therefore the policies the government, are proposing at this point are on the way out as well. Brown's words being dogmatic sums up Germany's political and economic situations. Further, during the same time, Germany witnessed a decline in its manufacturing sector, especially in the automobile industry, and began to weigh on the country's economic performance. Germany's exports, particularly automobiles, were affected by the global shift towards electric vehicles and increased competition from China. In 2019, Germany narrowly avoided a technical recession. This economic vulnerability prompted calls for stimulus measures and increased public spending. While opposition lawmakers advocated for more flexible fiscal policies, Merkel's CDU remained committed to maintaining a balanced budget, a policy known as the Schwarze Null, or Black Zero. The struggle was worsened by challenges in Germany's pivotal automobile industry, with job cuts and declining car sales expected as the industry shifted toward electric technology. Things went from bad to worse when the world faced the wrath of the COVID-19 pandemic. It further caused problems for Germany's economic challenges. The pandemic led to economic disruptions and increased government spending, impacting the country's fiscal position. Even in technology, Germany isn't at the forefront either. The lack of digitalization in Germany forced Anne-Catherine Riedel, who leads the advocacy group Next, to say, "Artificial intelligence is often irrelevant for us because there is no AI for a fax machine yet." With Olaf Scholz and his party, Social Democratic Party, the SPD, winning the 2021 federal election, they have a tall task to fulfill. The goal is simple: to provide Germany with a more prosperous and stable future. Germany's economy holds more actors than one, especially after the Brexit mishap. As one of the largest countries in Europe, governments of other countries know that they have to rely on Germany's stability for the prosperity of their nations. Germany's current energy crisis, characterized by soaring electricity costs and factory inflation, is putting pressure on its industrial sector. This situation is exacerbated by Germany's dependence on Russian energy, which has been disrupted due to its attack on Ukraine. This crisis could spill over to other European countries, especially those also dependent on Russian energy. With the global recession at its peak, Germany's economic slowdown has caused further problems for the wider Eurozone. The region is at risk of recession after barely managing growth in the second quarter. Given that Germany has the largest economy in Europe, its economic performance can significantly influence the economic health of the entire region. Germany's large trade surplus means it exports more than it imports, affecting trade balances within the EU. Other EU countries might need help to compete with Germany's strong industrial sector. As the nation seeks to revitalize its economy, a bold move toward progressive taxation is one of the central pillars of the SPD strategy. This visionary approach places the heaviest burden where it can be borne, on the wealthiest Germans. A new wealth tax aimed toward the wealthy Germans will provide a breathing space for the country's deteriorating economy. But the SPD's vision continues beyond there. It reaches far and wide, extending to the very soul of Germany. With a green mantle and a focus on the modernization of industries and infrastructure, the party's agenda promises a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. The new government is encouraged to apply green policies, nurturing renewable energy and sustainable technologies that are the lifeblood of a thriving economy. Simultaneously, the blueprint calls for upgrading industries and infrastructure, instigating an era of unparalleled efficiency and productivity. Efficiency previously catalyzed Germany's economic stability, and SPD wants to carry on the same way. With a classic rearguard action, they must now embrace technology to survive the tough economic times and thrive for a better future. The digitalization of bureaucracy can be the key to unlocking opportunities for smaller businesses. The reform of the permitting system paves the way for infrastructure projects to proceed efficiently and within budget, ensuring that no roadblocks hinder progress. And the process will go on. Germany has always been a prime country for students worldwide to take the next step in their academic journey. Often from third world countries, some of the finest potential candidates arrive on these shores to plan for the future. Germany must use this young talent this time and invite more people worldwide. It's time to streamline the visa process and create a welcoming environment for professionals who can bridge the growing skills gap. These individuals are the lifeblood of an economy looking toward a brighter future. If all goes according to plan, this sick old man of Europe moniker will be replaced by the replenished young man of tomorrow. But for that to happen, they must adapt and reinvent themselves. The clock is ticking, and the decisions made by SPD will reverberate across Europe, shaping the path forward for years to come. The only real question is, what does the future hold for Germany?